Shalom, shalom, brothers. Welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. My name is Mike. Um, oh, wait a minute, hit the wrong button. Um, I wanted to talk with about this. The Most High tells us that we should not be judging one another. You know, and I took and which to which I understand, but there's a difference between judging and encouraging ones to live an upright life. And when you're encouraging someone, that's totally different from judging someone. And with this awakening, I've seen some harsh judgments coming from brothers. And ain't nothing changed with us. We still hard on one another. The one that understand a person's sin, the person that's going to understand it, not make sense out of it, but understand it, is going to be the Most High. Off the top, it's going to be Him. We will never understand it. Only thing we're going to do is judge. And we thinking that when we feel that we have the scriptures down packed, and we have a relationship with the Most High, that nobody can tell us nothing. That we can look at everybody else's situation and place a judgment. The best thing for us to do, brothers and sisters, is to place an encouragement. Two different worlds, but it still come up with the same result. When you can encourage someone, and just like you talking about you dealing with a person who's an alcoholic. It's easy to say you keep on drinking, you go kill yourself. Then you go fall upon the judgment. It's easy to tell anyone that. But when you encourage that person, you give that person strength. Shalom, Sister Patricia. That's what you do. That's what we should do. It's easy for us to condemn a person for what we think that's going on in their lives. Because truthfully, it's about that person's life. When Yahushua ran up, I ain't gonna say ran up on, came upon a situation where they were about to stone this lady for prostitution, he uttered the words, "It's not a problem. Which one of you that does not have sin, go ahead and cast that first stone." The only person that could cast that stone was him, he himself, and he did not cast that stone. You notice that, brothers? He said, "Ye without sin, go ahead and cast that first stone." Everybody stepped back, didn't they? Because every last one of them knew they had a sin. With this awakening, brothers, we coming off hard on brothers. I heard brothers sit up and say, y'all this and y'all that, you're whoremongers and everything. I don't know everybody. And I'm not going to claim to know everybody. Brothers, when we pushing out this judgment to our brothers, it should be seasoned with salt. That's the encouragement that the Most High has given us. We come up on their brothers and talk about brothers and sisters, what they're doing and everything. And 9 times out of 10, it's based on gossip. And the person may have been, let's just say, a drug dealer. But the fact that the gossip is going around, you would think that person's still practicing that type of lifestyle. That person may not be. But gossip, it has its way of holding on to life. That's what it has. And I was watching this brother last night, claiming brothers and sisters doing this, claiming they doing that. And some of the stuff that was like, some of the stuff he talking about ain't none of your business. It's not. It wasn't that it was a sin. It's just a fact. The fact is, it's none of your. It's none of your business. We don't know, brothers. I'm not pacifying nobody for their wrongdoing. I'm not. The thing is, we should encourage the person, not judge. Because if you judge, trust and believe, you're going to be judged off the top. You're going to be judged. This is that season when the Most High says this and says that, we should not be doing this, we should not be doing that. It's easy for us to judge, but then, hey, if you judge me, you're going to be judged. You're going to be judged. That's in the scriptures. It's easy for us to sit here and look at someone else and say, oh, you go, yeah, you go meet up with the Most High. You and the person who's claiming that judgment just might meet up with the Most High first and foremost. I've seen kids get dealt with very badly. I've seen them. And it's a difficult thing for a child to straighten out some things. Because one, they got pushed into a situation that they never should have been put in. But the fact that this so wicked and twisted system of Satan doesn't care about the human family, much less about the family of Israel. But we'll judge. We will judge. And we judge hard. This is the reason why brothers, that judgment is going to come down upon us. And we're going to continue to hold on to this judgment, brothers and sisters, trust and believe. We're going to get dealt with. Shalom, Sister Linda. We're going to get dealt with. If you got a brother who's like, let's just hypothetically speaking, a drug addict. When someone's nerves are messed up due to drugs, and you get into the drugs, the drugs, they mess with your nervous system. Matter of fact, brothers and sisters, it doesn't have to be, well, that's still a drug. It could be a prescription drug. It can mess with your nerves. That person cannot come off of that stuff just like that. They got to come off in a gradual way. Because if they come off, their whole body was like slam dunk. We will have to be more understanding when it comes to our brothers and their trials and their tribulations. That's what we will have to that's one thing we will have to do. It's easy. Oh, we can condemn, talk about gossip and everything. And we thinking we're doing the Lord's will. Yahushua came to heal the sick, the downtrodden. All we have to do is look at his steps, follow him, do it the same way. But we what? We don't have that patience. It would seem. With this awakening, it ain't the fact that we have a synagogue that we all go to. Me and Sister Patricia, Sister Linda Cross, we don't meet up at the same place every Shabbat, up under the same roof. But gossip still can travel through these data lines. Gossip turns into judgment. And sometimes it can be twins. It can be gossip and we still judge at the same time. Oh, I heard this. You heard. That can get us in trouble. That can get us up under judgment. But now, for the ones that say, you this and you that, when I was in Tanzania, put it this way, There was a brother, um, supposed to have been a Moray, um, and he was speaking about some brother doing this and trying to talk to this sister and everything, but um, they said he was living a foul life. I don't know the brother. I don't know. And I said, well, I mean, you talk to the brothers and talk to the brothers and encourage him and things of that nature. Hey, this is the life course that we as awakened Israelites, this is the biblical way our lives supposed to go. And you encourage that brother to do what is right. That's what we're supposed to do. But listen to some of these brothers, they flat out calling brothers whoremongers. Some of you brothers are whoremongers. Brother, truthfully, I can't say which one of these brothers are whoremongers or sisters or whatever the situation may be. I can't. I never met one. Now, if you just want to haphazardly put it out there, yeah. But you got one thing. This is me. This awakening is smack brand new. This is the reason why we are going to the wilderness and then go through the wilderness. Is to weed out those people, those ones who does not have a love for Yah. That's the whole reason. The Most High is giving an opportunity to individuals, to which all of us have this free will. We have free will. And now, with this free will, there will be no excuse that will be concerning the devil. Because right now, you do have the devil to contend with. His encouragement is you sin. Get into your sins. The Most High is he's bringing us out of it. Now, you still going to have sin, but you're going to have an opportunity to wipe your sins away during that wilderness. That's one thing you want to have. Shalom, Sister Angela. We're all going to have that. We're all going to have it. But for these superficial apostles that want to hand down judgment, no, this is not their time. The only thing that we should be doing right at this moment is being and to maintain encouragement. That's all we're supposed to be doing. And if you do come across where you do have a full-blown knowledge about a person's sin, one, it ain't for the YouTube ears. It's not for the YouTube ears. Now, if you want to just have some content, you already hemmed up with the Most High. Don't put that business out there. I don't care if you do know it. Because you will step in judgment with the Most High when you have full-blown knowledge. Did Israel, when King David did what he did with Bathsheba, committed adultery and premeditated murder? That's what King David did. You brothers ever notice? Israel did not know that King David did that. Look at the scriptures. They did not know it. The Most High dealt with that personally. Because Israel, and from the law, adulterers supposed to have been put to death. Period. David was supposed to be put to death. Bathsheba was supposed to be put to death. Period. Israel didn't know nothing about what David did. Shalom, Brother Earl. They did not know that what King David did. But when it was brought to his attention, once King David came down and the prophet laid it out to him, King David was stricken at the heart. He couldn't believe that he allowed himself to go that deep into sin. He repented. He repented. And a brother was Yah Saint, brother, I'm still working on that this situation as to how to unban, because like I said, brother, I did that by mistake. I'm trying to figure out how to unban you and the other sister that got banned by mistake. I'm still working on that. If you're listening, brother Yah Saint. But brothers, if we look at that and see how the Most High dealt with King David and Bathsheba. Now, don't get me wrong now. King David did not go unpunished now. Let's not get it misunderstood. He did not go unpunished. He didn't. That child that he was having by Bathsheba, no, the Most High took that child. The child knew that child was not going to live. No, and that child died. But the Most High took care of that situation. He forgave David. He forgave him. He did. And then, but the Most High told him, you're going to have trouble in your house until the day you die. That's what happened with David. Although he was repentant, he still had to stand up to the consequences of his actions. He did. But my encouragement, brothers, is this. This is a satanic system. You got kids who have been essayed. And some of those kids are grown now. Some are mature and they still have a battle with it. They still got a battle with it. But you will never know their battles unless you prying into their life. The Most High knows. And now, let's not get it misunderstood. This is in no way am I saying sin until the Most High comes. Man, please, not living. You do that, you go get yourself hemmed up. You ain't gonna never say that Brother Mike said this. Oh, no, Brother Mike didn't say that. No. But I am saying this. Be encouraging to your brothers and sisters. That's all we should be doing. That's the strongest thing that you can ever have is encouragement and not judgment. That's the thing. Shalom, Brother Robert. That's what we should be having. And this time of the end, we got a lot of things that's going against us, brothers. One, and we have scriptures that speaks about things that Israel will be doing in the time of the end. Demon activity, the days of Lot. We seeing that stuff. We seeing it. And the sad thing about this is that, yeah, the scripture do speak about that particular sin. It does. It do. That's, and we are encouraging ones. Hey, this is what the Most High said. This is not my words. These are his words. He said, if a person is practicing this or that, this and that, this and that, if you practicing, you're going to put yourself up under judgment. Nobody else can judge you on that, but the Most High can. And for the brothers that come out and say, hey, they talking to you and they trying to give you encouragement. And if you know for a fact this is what you indulge in, brothers and sisters, that's going to be the encouragement that you're going to get from elders. And I'm talking about real, true elders. You go get the encouragement. You're not going to get the judgment. You go get the encouragement. The only time you go get that judgment is from the Most High himself. That's one thing you're going to get. Now, let's not get it misunderstood. Although King David did what he did, but when he laid down his life, he laid down with the forefathers, and the Most High went back and talked with Solomon, and he told him, he said, "My loyal servant David is dead." See, he said loyal servant. How in the world can David be loyal after what he just did? Adultery and premeditated murder. Shalom, Brother Darrell Williams. How? He repented straight from the heart. And he was not even trying to entertain of taking up any other type of worship with any other God. That's David. That's how David got down. He knew who his creator was, and he was not trying to leave him. And that's from the time that he was a child on up till he got into old age. Brothers, then you, let me do it this way. Brother Earl, I'm coming to you. Brother Earl, you're hitting that joint too hard, brother. You're hitting that joint too hard. If you don't start smoking that stuff, you'll get destroyed. You need to start smoking that stuff, brother. You call yourself Israel. Now, I'm just joking now. Brother Earl don't smoke nothing. I mean, I'm just using it as an example. But this is where I'm coming to him. And we may be best of friends. Even you are best of friends, brothers. You still have to maintain a measure of respect when you're talking to your best friend. I don't care if your best friend is your flesh and blood brother. Come with a great deal of respect. You're not trying to run your brothers off. You try and keep your brother right there where he at. And that he said, you know what, man, you're about right. You're right. I need to straighten this out. This is how we should be doing, brothers. But now you getting into brothers and sisters' business about something that ain't got diddly squat to do with you. The scripture say, hey, mind your own business. Shalom, Sister Cynthia. Oh, yeah, you're right, Brother Darrell. That's what it is. Because see, truthfully, Brother Darrell, right now, truthfully, we're those Israelites that's coming out of captivity. We coming out of Egypt. And at the same time, we complaining while we leaving. We making judgment while we leaving. Some thinking they so holy there than others as we leaving. The same thing that was happening in Egypt with our forefathers, we doing the same thing. We're moving in the same way. And some of them really believe that some of your life it should be their business. That's crazy. Shalom, Sister Van P. That is crazy. Talking about that. Brothers, either we can make our brothers' load light or we can make it unbearably heavy. If it becomes unbearable, then I'm talking with Brother Earl. I'm making his life unbearable. I'm coming to him, man, look, you need to start so-and-so, so and this, and so-and-so, so-and-so, that. I can rip into his spiritual life, and I can be responsible to the Most High. That's the seriousness of his little ones. The Most High said, if you offend one of these little ones, it'd be best if you just suicide yourself. That's how much he loved Israel. And I seen brothers self-delete themselves. I seen brother, I knew one sister. She did just that. She did just, and but hey, but the religion didn't think that they was part of it. I looked up and said, "Man, please, you just as responsible as all get out." Brother Dave, shalom, brother. I'm glad you was able to make it in, bro. You know, brother Daryl, it should stop. But the devil, trust and believe, he has his hand and he got his hand in the midst of it. He is trying to wind us up while we are packing and leaving. Packing and leaving. He's trying to get that last lick in. That's what he's doing. He is trying he's doing it. Ain't the fact that he's trying his best. He's doing it. He bringing it in, and he's hitting hard. If your brothers is doing something and you have knowledge of it, brothers and sisters, and it's, let's just say how about that, it's a sin. What they doing? Talk to them in a great deal of respect. Encourage them, not judge them. Encourage, because any one of us can fall victim to sin. That's the thing. Any one of us. We don't want. I ain't gonna say what we don't want to do. I'm not going to say what we don't want to do. But we're living in a time, brothers, where we need every drop of encouragement in order to continue to move. Because brothers and sisters, no matter how you look at it, you may know of a brother and you may, or sister, that's living a sinful life. Now listen to this. That person may make it to the wilderness, and you may not. There's going to be some shocking revelations once we heading out of here. The people that you thought that would make it didn't make it, and the people that you thought that would not make it would be the ones who would make it. What did Yahushua do? Yahushua came to this planet. He went straight to where? He went to the sick. He went into the village where the poor people was. And did he judge? Yes, he did. He judged the religious leaders. That's who he judged. He gave them a judgment that there's no coming back from them. But for the ones that was full of sin, he gave them healing. He gave them encouragement. All this, the healing, the feeding of the poor, what else? The healing, the resurrection, all of that was done amongst poor people. Poor people. He knew exactly. He didn't come there to browbeat them. He knew their sins, brothers, and this is no way am I saying continue to sin, because even Yahushua said, "Hey, once he healed someone, he told, hey, sin no more." The sister that had the blood flow, he said, "Your faith has healed you." But he always left with this: sin no more. What are you saying? Don't practice sin. Don't practice it. At this awakening, brothers, we doing the same. Our forefathers, they was what? When they were still in Egypt and they got upset at Moses, they started to attack Moses. They started to belittle him. We doing the same thing. The same thing. At the threshold of believing people, we're doing the same thing. We are. Granted, Yahusha said that these are some things that will be taking place during the time of the end. He said it, and we're living it. That's one thing we're doing. We're living it. We're seeing it. And we're going to see a whole lot more. Now, individually, if you feel that, hey, I don't want to have no type of association with that, brothers and sisters, that is your absolutely free will to do with no judgment. Now, you can encourage, but you can like, hey, but I can't associate with you. You're gonna have to work on this. And that's gonna be that love, brother. That's gonna still hold respect. Because because you recognize one thing. I don't want to fall into sin, but I'm gonna let you know, hey, this is not a good look. This is not gonna work, this is not gonna turn out well. This is my encouragement, brother or sister. We got to turn away from that, and we have to go this way. That's gonna be the encouragement. That's something that a person can take. But you come and take, you look here, you live in a sinful life, man. And the Most High said this, and what you're saying is true. It's how you serving it that can be wrong. How you serving it can be wrong. This time of all the conflict that we seeing, brothers, the last conflict that needs to come out, that needs to be coming off our tongue, is a belittling of our brothers and sisters when it comes to their shortcomings, their sin. Not one time, unless you brothers know something I don't know, show me a scripture where Yahusha belittled someone due to their sin. All he did was he came and encouraged me. He knew the people he was dealing with. Why is it we do not know our people? We know where we coming from. We know that this awakening is this awakening is new. We started to crack open apocryphers. We started to get a deeper understanding. And with that knowledge, that some have that gift of getting in that knowledge, do not take that gift that the Most High given you and think you go browbeat your brothers and sisters with, because the Most High would take it away from you. Be dumber than a doorknob. That's what he would do. Have you so dumb, you be like, what went wrong? You start judging instead of encouraging, instead of giving off encouragement. You start playing like you God. This is not that time. This is not that time. But YouTube, please, they feel, man, these brothers about, they feel they can get up here and talk about some things they ought not talk about. If a brother or a sister calling themselves this or that, brother, I am not that one to sit up and say, you're not this or you're not that. That's going to be between that person and the Most High. If you feel that the Most High put it in your spirit to say this or say that, so be it. But one thing the Most High do not do, he sent Yahusha to do it. He didn't come down browbeating. He knew the people he was dealing with. He knew that Israel nowadays, these people didn't know who they were. They was living in sin before I woke them up. That's who the Most High, that's what he knows. All right. Yeah, they looking into the laws. Do you brothers? The Most High know every last one of us before this awakening. But yet and still, he woke you up. Book knowledge. Book knowledge, brothers. Book knowledge comes with humbleness. That's where it comes from. You can have all types of books all you want. If you don't know how to approach your brother, man, I mean, what? You don't have not one good word that goes come out of you. That's going to come out of your mouth. If you do not know how to deal with your brothers according to knowledge. And this is the knowledge. Did not the scripture say, deal with your brothers according to knowledge? You know that you're dealing with some, we came out of, what's the word? Religion. And for the vast majority of religion, they said that God forgives all sin. Catholic, they'll go out there, murder, cheat, steal, boom, go in there into the confession room. I've been forgiven of my sins. That's their teaching. And that's has been their way of life. And that type of teaching has affected us for those that may be in that type of understanding. And we lived it. I mean, I ain't gonna say a lot of us, I don't know, but I always say for the vast majority of people, yes, if you're coming out of religion, those and things, I mean, what? You go to church, praise, shouting and things, come back home and curse your wife out up and down, back and forth, and in a bilingual tongue. Every curse word that you're gonna come up with. But this is what some of us did. And this is what some of us is coming from. But we, Israel, we think we could determine what is a strong sin and what is a weak sin. A sin is a sin. Oh, yeah, I understand. I know I'm sinful, but man, you did so and so. So what? The same result is going to end up with sin. The wages of sin is what? The Most High didn't put in that. He didn't put a category on sin. The wages of sin is what? I don't care if it's a so-called minor sin. It's still death. It's still death. And then it's the thing, brothers. And this is just my encouragement. We living in a demonic, stressful system. Your brothers and sisters, we went through some things. And a lot of us, we have a lot of mental residue. Sin is sin. You're right, Sister Cynthia. Sin is sin. There's no gauge on it. We're living in a system. These are that we're coming out of. We talk about all the hate that been put up on us. We're getting hit from every direction, including within our own household. Brothers and sisters, it is a wonder that some of us are still walking about. It is a wonder that Israel still is here. It is, I'm telling you, sit back, let that marinate in all the hatred that we had to endure. Not just us, our forefathers. And it came down that bloodline, down to us, to where we are right now. And some of us, it has affected us really, really bad. This 16-year-old sister I knew at that time, she was so hurt, took a shotgun and blew her heart outside of her body. Brothers, I know for a fact, not one of you brothers want that on your watch. Can you imagine yourself talking to your brother and you saying, "No, you doing this here. You need to stop it, so and so, so and so." But you're knocking them down instead of encouraging them, and they going in and they self-delete. Brothers, you don't want that. You do not want it. But if you think this is the content that you need on your YouTube channel, all right, keep on living. Keep living. You will realize you need to weigh your tongue. You need to deal with your brothers according to knowledge. This is not to pacify my brothers and sisters, but it is to it is to say I've seen my brothers and sisters suffer. It's not the fact that I'm going to sit here and, oh, you need to slow that down now. No, be encouraging for the brothers and sisters to work on what you need to work on very hard. That's the encouragement. This here talking about these different brothers and sisters, well, brothers ain't the fact that I talked about it, the fact that I've seen it. I've seen discouragement. And I've seen how some people just cannot take it. And they felt it's best that they are unalive themselves. This is the reason why I speak the way I speak, because I've seen the hurt. Seen the hurt of individuals. I talk with them. Man, I talked to one sister, man. Y'all may think I'm joking. I was talking to this sister. And she had a traumatic childhood. She got a scar on her forehead right now when her mother had got upset at her when she was a child, cracked open her skull. She was in the hospital for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So now one day, but she was a child when that happened. But one day she called me, but she had when she felt down, she always called me. And so we was talking that day, and she was talking about how she was feeling and so on. So, highly educated woman, highly educated. And then, brothers, y'all may think I'm joking. This sister sliced her wrist while she was talking to me. So I'm like, I couldn't get to the sister. So I talked to her. And I reasoned with her. Now, mind you now, she bleeding. A lot of prayers, supplication, and encouragement. And this is one time I don't need to speak. This is one time you ask the Most High to speak. And he spoke. He spoke. And that sister, she went in. I said, do me a favor, just go downstairs and get your mother. But she wrapped herself up, her wrist and everything. And this ain't the first time she did this. Prior to me meeting her. But that's all she needed was an encouragement. I'm very big on encouragement, brothers. I'm very big on. I had a brother. My brother, he was older than me. A year older than me. And when we was kids, he was playing, and we was down south and living in the South. We was playing, and he fell into a fan, one of those big bladed fans. The fan stood about maybe like 4 feet high, and this is back in the 70s. My brother ran into it face forward. The blade hit his tooth, his front tooth, and pushed it up and it hit a nerve. My brother ain't never been right ever since. Never. Well, they held him back in school for a year, which he landed in, my grade. Brothers and sisters, I learned how to fight. I learned how to fight because of the kids messing with my brothers. That's how I learned how to fight. And if you want to talk about a stress, my brother, when he was a kid, he was begging my mother. He didn't want to go to school because he hated how the kids was mistreating him. I mean, now this is the stress. Now this is one thing that we're gonna understand eventually. He felt the stress. He felt the pain. And if we, Israel, or we, black people, felt the same thing, but we failed to forget where we came from, we'll make fun of one another down to a T. But when we come as a black people, oh no, y'all doing us wrong and so and so, so and so. You doing wrong to your own brother. You're doing wrong to your own brother. I've seen grown people sit up and made fun of my brother. And every time when they made fun of my brother, they come and get me out of classroom because I'm about the only one who can calm my brother down because he'll go off running and crying and everything. So I go get him and he come on back. That's what I did. But I was always throwing blows. I was knocking kids out left and right for messing with my brother because he had this disability. And now, brothers and sisters, we don't have a disability. Israel, we don't have a disability. We just have a nation of people who have done the same thing that these kids did to my brother. But we fail to forget we're doing it to one another. We're doing it to one another. It ain't just the world. And sometimes we got to, I know sometimes, all the time, we need to take a step back and say, hey, what am I doing to my brothers and my sister? Is this going to be edifying for them? Do the world need to know what this sister is doing over here? Do Sister Cynthia need to know that this sister over here is doing that? This is the thing. No, but we don't think that. I ain't gonna say we don't think that way. I'm trying to stay away from what we don't do. But let me reword it. But some find it self-gratifying that they tell others. Gossip. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something about this. This is what I know. She this and she that. But then this is where you walk into discontentment. This is when you may possibly walking yourself into a judgment with the Most High, because now you're keeping up some stuff that should not be going. And it may be true what you're talking about. It may be true. You can still get yourself hemmed up. You can get yourself hemmed up. Because now, the love that you saying you got for your brothers and sisters, you just shot that down. You just shot it down. Now, granted now, if this individual is doing some things that's hurting the congregation, that's a different story. Yes. That's when you, oh, hold on, no. You're doing something that's going to hurt a whole lot of brothers and sisters. I remember when I was Jehovah's Witness, and there was this brother, it was an elder. He took a lot of people's money. He did. I mean, they got to him, they disfellowshipped him, or whatever the situation may be. This guy made the news. He made the news. I mean, he took some money. When he went out, he didn't go for no few 100,000. He went out for millions. Yes. You're affecting a whole lot of people. And that's what he did. So yes, there's a sin that's out there that's going to work against Israel. And there are some sins. Hey, this is in their house. Now, to give you a good example, when Achan, and the Most High told him, y'all go in there and destroy it and devote everything to destruction. Achan didn't do that. Achan went in, he took some stuff, kept it, and then when Israel went back out to war, I think it was like 30 something of them died during the war. And that was unusual for Israel. This is when Joshua was taking the lead. He said, and he was talking to the Most High, he was complaining. Most High said, no. Israel sinned. Israel took some stuff that they had no business taking. So now, this is where that sin is serious, because blood has been spilled and blood has to be repaid for the ones who died. That's what had to be done. Although the Most High went back there and found out it was Achan who did all that, Achan and his whole house, and brothers, listen to this. It just wasn't Achan who died. It just wasn't that man that died. The Most High said his whole household. Brothers, it ain't all about you. If you get involved in some sin, your whole household may go down with you, and they may not know nothing about what you have done. So everything that you thinking you do it is you and you by yourself. No, brothers, it ain't gonna be by yourself. When Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, everything, the Most High considered everything that they had to destruction. Their family too. So now this is how real it is. See, now this is a new awakening for us. It is. And ain't nothing changed with the Most High. Those laws were strong from day one, and the laws has not missed a beat. They're still strong. They're still strong. The world wants you to believe that they're no longer valuable, but they're not Israel. In their eyes, no, it's weak. With us, oh no, we see the effects of not following those laws. We've been seeing them, and we didn't even recognize that we were seeing them. We just thought we just lived in a bad neighborhood. We just was dealt a blow. No, we was dealt a blow because it was a woe to those who did not follow my Father's law, and we got dealt that woe. That's what happened. And the woe's still going on, matter of fact. Until we all wake up, we will always have that woe. That woe ain't going nowhere. Keep on sucking on what do they call that thing? I hated them when I was a child. Pig feet. Ooh, my brother, man, he eat that thing like it's a lollipop. I never did like it when I was a child. Oh no, I just didn't even like the way it looked. But my brother, my younger brother, whew, man, please. But this is the woe that Yahusha said. Woe to those that do not keep my Father's law. Who was he talking to? Israel. He was talking to each and every last one of us. That's who he was talking to. And when it came down to his people, you don't have to be a leader or teacher to do right by your brothers and sisters. You don't. Granted, the Most High did say some of us should not be teachers and things of that nature, because there's a heavy judgment. And trust and believe, brothers and sisters, there's going to be a heavy judgment. It is. It's going to happen. The Most High said it. Some people are misleading people for monetary gain. Yeah, they walk into something. They literally are walking. But hey, the scripture's been around here for thousands of years. Some people got their mindset, oh man, by that time, shoot, I mean, what? I'd be dead and gone. I ain't got my money. Let me tell you, some of the brothers that got that mindset. The Most High can raise you up just to lay you down. That's what he can do. Shalom, Sister Vicky D. Brothers, with this greater exodus that's happening, the judgment is coming down on this world. We should be entertaining encouragement. Brothers, they can take encouragement a whole lot smoother than criticism. And the criticism may be true. It may be rock hard. But if you're really concerned about your brother's life, his life and his service to the Most High, oh yeah, you gain your brother. And once you gain that brother or sister, you got a friend, because they go like, no, he came from me, what he was saying was right, and this here, man, he was real with me, but he was encouraging to me. That's going to hold weight with brothers and sisters. But if you think you go step in there and talk about somebody and thinking you go, what's the word? Look down on them because you think you're a gatekeeper, man, you will get yourself hemmed up. That's what you're going to do. You're right, Brother Earl. Brothers, times has changed. This awakening is quick. Truthfully, it's quick. The exodus will be even quicker. Because right now, yeah, we saying all this stuff while we're in captivity. But the moment that day come and that day go, brother, please. You'll be like, wait a minute, I remember so and so we were talking about. Yeah, we the exodus, we did that. We're in the wilderness now. The Most High said he's going to speed it up in its own due time. And that time, brothers, which is here. It is here. We're living during that time when the Most High said he's going to speed it up. It's so much stuff, brother, there's so much stuff going on. I know for a fact we're going to get thrown off as to, hey, when did this seal open up? All we just going to be seeing is some things that's going to be happening on a much larger scale. Boom. All right, this is started. Boom, that to start. Any brother, they talk about the end of the Gentile. All right. When did the time of the Gentile, when did it start? All right, when do it supposed to end? We got so much, brothers and sisters, that we need to be really concentrating on in order to get this spiritual food out at its proper time. That's what we need to be concentrating on. And don't get me wrong, you're going to have brothers that's going to get involved into some things. You're living in Satan's system. It's going to happen. It is a new day. But we go have to, bro. I mean, we're going to have to put up a fight for it. We got to put up a fight for patience with our brothers and sisters. Some of our brothers and sisters are dealing with some serious situations, brothers, mentally. We're going to have to start to show our patient side. Or we may be those one that be going through the wilderness who don't have that patience. We have some things, brothers, that we all have to work on. We do. But this here coming out of the Exodus, that's something, brothers, that we need to be really up on. You really truly don't want to have somebody's um, discouragement upon you. He came, it was, let me give you another example. I ain't gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you a real life situation. Growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, brother called his daughter out on a stage. She was pregnant, wasn't married, young girl, teenager. Called her out. Now, mind you, she was already, when she disfellowship. If she wasn't disfellowship, she was on reproof, one or the other, publicly. When I say public, this is when they walk up on the stage, read your name out. So and so and so and so and so had been either disfellowship or on reproof. That's how they go up on the stage and let the congregation know. And so if they got disfellowship, this is their procedure. If they got disfellowship, you can no longer talk to that person. You cannot socialize with that person. You can't even say hi to that person. Yeah. Let me go on. So this brother thought it was okay for him to call his daughter out on the stage in front of everybody. That didn't go well. You don't call your child out because you felt or you feel your child has, what's the word? It's not living up to her responsibility as a Christian, as a Jehovah's Witness. But he called out. She got pregnant and things of that nature. So he's looking down on her. That relationship went south so quick, it ain't even funny. And she's not the only one. She's not the only one. I seen a mother call her daughter a hoe. That's what I seen. The daughter was like it started when she was in the 7th grade. It was the father-in-law. No, the stepfather, I'm sorry. The stepfather who was sleeping with the 7th grade daughter. You would think the mother would step up for her daughter. And I never forget this girl told me, she said, I told my mama this. She called me a hoe. She said, you ain't nothing but a hoe. Let's call it hurt on the mother's side. But the one who's really going to be hurt the most is that young girl. It's going to be the young girl. Off the top. She don't have life experience. She does not. And she was trying to figure out how in the world could she tell that to her, her mother, or what this man was doing to her. Brother, see, this is what I'm talking about. We think that it ain't the fact that we think. We don't even know. When these brothers and sisters have things, trust, there's some of these brothers and sisters got some history behind it. They have history behind it. This is the reason why the Most High said, deal with your brothers and sisters according to knowledge. If you know for a fact this child was essayed, there's a measure of understanding that we should be having, period. But to come off and browbeat them, and let's just say for the sake of argument that child is no longer a child, is grown. It's going to take a mature person. It's going to take a mature person to listen to that person in order to understand what's going on in that person's life. And that information, truthfully, brothers, should not leave that room. If that person open up to you, brothers, elders, that is not the cue for you to think you go home and tell your wife because you think that's your wife. I don't care if that is your wife. It ain't none of your wife's business. I've seen elders do that too. Go in there and talk. When I say elders, I'm talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. Go in there and tell their wives some things that they talked about in about some other sister's life, what she got involved in. And then next thing you know, it's talked about in the congregation. So what do you think? What type of unity you think you're going to get out of that? You ain't gonna get not one red cent. This is that life history, things I've seen and things I hate for a fact. I know for a fact it did not serve any good to no one. Because when it's all over said and done, you don't want it done to you. But yet and still, Israel, we think we can give everybody that big old horse pill, but you don't want to swallow it. Please, you can let that nonsense ride. You're going to step in, but you're going to step up to that. You're going to step up to the plate, to the Most High, and you're going to answer for that. Be a leader or be not a leader. When it's time for you to shut your mouth, keep things confidential, that's what the Most High wants you to do. He kept the situation with David, Bathsheba. That was a private situation. He handled that. Go back and look at the scriptures. Israel did not know what King David did. They didn't. All they was doing, especially the officer of the military, he got the letter. He followed instructions. That's all he knew. And he put Uriah on that front line. Yes, he did. Put him on the front line. We're at this, brothers, we are at this time where we should be coming together as brothers and sisters. A lot of things that we should be fighting to do as a people. We're not doing it. I mean, I think there are some brothers and sisters who's trying their very best to do what they need to do. Because see, we're not going to. It would appear that we got to stop throwing blows just to survive. And then if you don't look like me, we go stand. What's the word? We're gonna be standoffish. But if you look like me, there's a sense of trust I can have out of you now because we got the same battle. It seemed like we got to get ourselves into a situation where we gonna be forced to fight and stay alive side by side. That's what it seems like is going to have to happen in order for us to say, hey, oh no, we got this in common. Right now, during this season of awakening, we're not seeing that. Some of us are talking that, but to live it, that's another story. But it seems that we're going to have to be put in a situation that we're going to have to stand toe to toe, back on back, in order to protect each and every last one of us. Sisters going to have to stand with sisters. Brothers going to have to stand with brothers, regardless. Why do we got to be forced into that, brothers? We have the scripture that tells us. The Most High said, all right, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. This is going to happen. Why is it, brother, that we can just not look at these scriptures, take them to heart, and apply them? But like I said a few weeks ago, we individually, we're going to be used as an example. Either for one is going to be for good, and one is going to be for bad. Choose which one you want. Choose what you want, brothers. Some brothers are not going to choose. They're going to let the coin fall the way it's going to fall, and they're going to fall in that predicament. Some, I ain't going to say all. I say some. You got brothers out here giving out warnings. I get it. I understand it. And we need it. We need these things. In order for us to straighten out what we need to straighten out, work on what we need to work on, make it a matter of prayer and fasting. If you real about the Most High, and you know for a fact, I have this problem. If you have that problem, brothers, if there's a problem that you know for a fact, and it can damage your relationship with the Most High, this is just my encouragement, brothers, is this. Fast. Prayer. Fast. Prayer. That's what's going to help you out. And the more you fast, the more you will start to hear the Most High talk to you. The more you're going to hear him speak to you. See, now, this is what our forefathers did. And they knew that's what the thing that was helping them. There's only 3 individuals in the Bible that I know that speaks about someone fasting for 40 days. 3. Now, wait a minute, hold on. Let me step back now, brothers. When I don't want you brothers and sisters thinking I'm just to go ahead and fast for 40 days and 40 nights. That there takes time. You hop off into that now. I mean, whoo. But when I say fast, brothers, when I was talking about the who fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, it's gonna be Elijah and Moses and Yahusha. Those 3, the only 3 I know in the Bible who underwent 40-day fast, 40 days and 40 nights. They went that way. Now, fasting, it gets you with the Most High. It does. And brothers, when you can stricken your flesh to get that healing from the Most High, so be it. If that's what it's going to take for you to overcome whatever weakness you have, brothers and sisters, because truthfully, it's going to be just that. It's a weakness. And you're going to understand once you start fasting and making it a matter of prayer to the Most High. Oh, yeah, he going to do what he's going to do. You do what you're supposed to do. He takes no pleasure in destroying no one. No pleasure. Ain't the fact the Most High standing around cabbage patching out to destroy somebody. He don't do that. Now, Satan, now that may be a different story. He may be breakdancing and everything else. What did she say to the stepfather? Oh, she didn't say nothing to the stepfather. She went straight to the mother. She was just trying to figure out how was she going to tell the mother. This is something that what the sister said. It went on. It started when she was in the 7th grade. And it ended somewhere in high school. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, we have trauma. We are the example to the world of what not to do. That's who we are. That's who Israel is to the world. We are the example of a people. We are here, and we are going to be put in place to introduce the Most High to the world. That's who you are, Israel. But we got to go through these trials and tribulations. We got to go through it. The discipline. You talking about standing and representing the Most High Yah. How you gonna represent the Most High Yah and you around here talking about some things you ain't got no business talking about? You're not showing that true love to your brothers and sisters. What example are you setting? The Most High don't want to use you as a person who, representing Him. But when you practice and you fight against that flesh, when you fight against that flesh, you really putting up a fight to represent the Most High. Well, you know what, brother? When I first started fasting, my first time, it was one day. I went one day, one night. And after that, I did 3 days and 3 nights. And after that, I went 7 days and 7 nights. Now, there's 7 days and there's 7 nights. Now, this is just my encouragement. Don't think you go out there and eat up a whole lot of food. Because when you start fasting, brothers, your body, and you really stricken your body is going to fall in line. It's going to fall. Only thing I did was I drank water. That's all I did. I dehydrate real quick. But anyway, you just can't go out there and think you go eat a piece of chicken. You may find yourself throwing it up because your body got used to fasting just that quick. Man, please. I was sitting there, hey, some chicken. I'm like, man, I'm feeling kind of funny. I feel like I'm gonna throw it. Man, I slowed down. Now I got kind of sick behind it. Your body kicks in when you really put your mind to fasting. It kicks in. Now, don't get me wrong. You go lose some weight now. Ooh, good night. Yeah, but it's the fasting when you just literally sitting there and you're talking with the Most High. Because I tell you, when you start finding yourself getting stressed, brothers and sisters, if you are in a stressful situation right now, fasting is what you should be doing. Eating is the last thing you should be doing. And I'm gonna say this for that reason. When you eating, you already have this stressful hormone building up. On top of food, brothers, that blood is not moving good. But when you fasting and all you doing is drinking water, brothers and sisters, that stress that you got going on is but the what do they call it? It's the buildup. It's not so much of a buildup of stress because your body is taking that stress and chemical that it's bringing about is using it as fuel to burn. It's using it as fuel to burn. And whatever fat or whatever they want, your body is going to use it. It's going to use it. But my encouragement, especially brothers, I would say this, especially the brothers. Fasting is something that I think we all need to look into, and especially during this time, because brothers are going to have more stress than they're going to have a lot more stress put up on them within this system of Satan. That's what's going to happen with this awakening, brothers. We're the first ones to die in a relationship. It's always going to be that man. Why? That man is dealing with some stress. When he's around there laughing, he just not, and he may be laughing each and every day. Or he may be that brother who just don't tell you what's going on. Those be those brothers. You just may come in one day, they're sitting in a chair, they're not moving. I seen that. I seen it. I'm not gonna sit up and downplay what our brothers had to deal with and what they have dealt with. It got to a point where brothers don't want to step up as brothers. They seeing it. Why do I got to go through all this stress and so on? Hey, this is the system of Satan. He's the one who's responsible for that. And he's the one who's going to pay for it. He is the one who's going to pay for it. This is his system. And the stress that he's going to put up on you, Israel, is going to be devoted to you. And he's going to bring in a conflict. Did he not bring in a conflict that was next to you? Yes, he did. He brought her right in. He got her stressed out first and foremost. He had to get her stressed out. He got her so stressed out. This Negro don't want to work, girl. You need to go on about your business. Go to school, get you an education. Start feeling good about yourself.